Kindly elaborate with your experience in the area.
Yeah, uh, yeah, nice question. And for my co-panelists to point out, in water conservation, we can do a lot with the technology, especially IoT and digital thing. Like the product now, one of the product now we are on the development is a digital twin and AI platform for water conservation. So the first layer of that product is we will take the entire data from the industry and commercial establishment. We use sensors, different type of sensors to measure the consumption level, and also the pressure management is one of the most important thing in the pipeline to avoid the leakages and all. So the by avoiding the leakages, we can save a lot of water. Like what we will do is we deploy all these sensors in the pipelines and the tanks, and to take all these parameters, and we collect all these data in a data platform, and then we simulate all these data as a visualization digital twin platform. And then what we will do is based on the past data and based on the data, we run an algorithm to detect this is a to find out any maintenance or any issues that is happening in future. It's a predictive maintenance solutions that we are now working on. So avoiding the pressure, there are three aspects I can point out. Is the first one is the real-time monitoring of these water consumption and the water flow across the industry and across the commercial building. And the second one is optimization of the water distribution and the pressure management. And the third one is what we are doing is the predictive maintenance using the edge-based algorithm, edge and cloud-based algorithm. We can our target is to optimize the water consumption of an industry for up to 30%. That is the first stage we are planning. So the at Olive IoT, that is the product of digital twin platform and AI platform we are working on from a real solution perspective that I can highlight.
Wonderful, sir. That was a great example. In fact, through these technologies, we can in fact conserve water, and we can bring about a lot of change, and we can preserve the natural resource to a great extent. And it was really nice to hear your live examples which you are implementing in the industry. So now I move on to Madam Ankita. So, how are green startups viewed by investors, and what improvements you would suggest in startup ecosystem of India as a strategic and impact-driven professional with a proven track record in scaling sustainable business solutions?
Uh, Luckily, Shreshtha, we are a bootstrapped company. So, but yes, not everybody would have the funds that they would need, and there are multiple innovative ideas in the country with all the people. So, investors do definitely play a very, very important role in the development and the growth of the green startups. But I would say, fortunately or unfortunately, as per the current trend, the investors are much and more interested into the tech-driven businesses. That could be fintech, or that could be AI-related model businesses, or e-commerce, or things like electronics or semiconductors. Businesses like waste management, or sustainable energy or renewable energy, since these are very much dependent on the policies by the government and requires lot of awareness creation to the users. Investors look are very, very hesitant in investing the kind of firms who are into the business of renewable energy or waste energy, because they find it very, very difficult to look at the scalability of the business. Whenever a person is investing into a company, he would definitely look at the growth of the company, how the growth trajectory of a company would be. So, since the growth of sustainable energy or water efficiency, where product related businesses like us who save water by the water efficient fixtures that we provide. So they might have a very, very limited scope of investment, because they might have concern where their policies are not suitable. If there is change in a policy which would remove any kind of water conservation norm from the government or from the policy, the people might not be bothered about saving water, because on the real time they are not facing so much of water scarcity problem. They might not realize that there is a lot of water scarcity problem. So as of now, investors are more and more interested in tech related businesses. But yes, I would like that investors look at a larger picture, and start investing more into the actual problem related solutions, because how much ever tech will just give us information, we need to analyze those informations and bring in solutions which can be implemented at the ground level. So those implementation would come from multiple products, that from different sectors, I would say. And as there are more investors towards tech driven, there are very few people are also looking forward to do businesses or to start businesses into industry which are more of tech based. They are hesitant in going into industry where it is waste management related, because again, at the ground level there are a lot of hassles related to policies, related to laws that they have to overcome. So I would say investors are there, but there is more need for the investors who would look into investing into the green startups. And with respect to improvements, I would say we must look at more and more public and private partnerships, where the government comes in support with multiple private companies, or join hands with the private companies and promote the green message or the green initiative by the company. Say if a government says that water conservation is very, very important, or bringing water efficiency at your house level or at each ground level is very, very important, when there's a support by the government, definitely people are much more acceptable to take it. Yes, the government is saying, our leaders are saying. So that this brings more of this has much more impact than we alone doing it, than where government comes into picture, or when there is a lot of support from the policy. And I would say as of now, what we see as a trend is there are a lot of startups coming into picture, but I would say that there are many coming up, but there are also a lot of startups shutting down within 5 years. That could be because they are looking at the trend and doing the business. They might not be looking at the actual problem scenario. So when you analyze the problem, and when you are working towards the actual problem and looking at a greater market, I would say water conservation problem or a water related problem is not limited to India. It is a global problem. So for a startup, or say for me, India is not only the market. The whole world is the market. The whole globe is the market. Similarly, if we have that larger picture, we take our business in that particular direction. We look at the organic growth rather than just doing what everybody's doing, or just marketing it extensively. And similarly, investors should also be in sync with that. If any kind of green startup it is there, it is not just a local problem, it is global problem. So the scalability will not be a problem eventually. So the few improvements or improvisation in the startup ecosystem would be that there should be much more open to looking at different kind of business, different set of business, looking at much more bigger markets, bringing in public-private partnerships, and looking at the organic growth. And then when government comes into picture, there could be funding could be made easier, or the investments from the foreign companies could be made easier in different sectors. So these are few improvements or that I would suggest as a uh, company or as a green startup, I would say.
Wonderfully said. In fact, government's intervention, government support can make a lot of difference. Along with that, very rightly said that when we talk of water conservation, water as such is, I mean, scarcity of water is actually a global problem, and then the whole world is our can provide business. Very rightly said, and also investors need to look into diverse sectors. That was also a very valid point. And we have to think for the future. We have to think green. We have to think in a sustainable manner. And this is very much needed, and it's kind of need of the hour. Thank you for pointing it out. Now, my next question goes to Mr. Thomas. What support do green startups need when it comes to water conservation through latest innovations? Robin, sir?
Yeah, my mic was on. As I
Okay.
earlier pointed out, the main support needed for early stage startup is regarding the funding. Now the investment scenario is all the investors need a quick return of investment. But as I like mentioned, we need some patient capital, which is focusing more on early stage startups, then patient capital, dedicated green funds, then like government grant and subsidies. Like actually, in between that, we are part of a bilateral industrial sustainability grant. Actually, it's a competition. We are on processing that. So similar industrial sustainability and the water conservation grants. Uh, we need to work together with us, our earlier panelists mentioned this. We have a market, our market is not in India alone. We have a, hello?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah, yeah, we are international market, global market, awaiting for startup from India. So we need the green funds that is supporting the early stage startups. Then, I need to highlight is the proper mentorship and incubation for developing these innovative, sustainable product, and to identify the market, the idea fit, that the incubation support we need. The third point I need to highlight is the policy and regulatory support from the government to actually in Europe and all, they are now strictly following the CBAM regulations. So in India, the government should make the sustainability regulations more stronger to promote these, not only to promote, to save our planet. Then the government of the and the ecosystem should support for market access and demand creation for startups to us like a industry academia collaboration, or the startups need proper avenue to test their solutions or to do the pilots. So the government and authorities should provide a proper market access and demand creation. Then the last one I need to highlight is the uh, infrastructure and the skill development. No, there we need more R&D facility, like R&D facilities specifically for sustainable product development. There are internationally there are eco labs, green labs, and in many universities that are mainly focusing only on these sustainable solutions. So similar to that, in India, we need more that type of R&D ecosystem, and also proper skill development to develop this sustainable solutions. That are the major points I would like to highlight. I thank you, Srishma.
Thank you, sir. In fact, you have very beautifully said when it comes to supporting green innovations. In that case, R&D support and also industry academia, joint ventures, and along with that, the government support, strict government rules and regulations, and also one point you mentioned about patience fund. That is before going to the market when a product is being developed, that time the funding is also needed. So for that also, if funding is provided, it can boost innovation. Very rightly said, sir. Now I move on to Manu Joseph, sir. So what lessons can the viewers take from the Inca robotics growth story? How supportive the government has been, and what initiatives should government take when it comes to green startups?
Uh, a good question. Thank you for asking this. I will answer this in three different scenarios. First, I will explain our growth story. Then I will explain how government supported us, and next I will talk about the government schemes or programs uh, which made a lot of sense to us. So Inca Robotics was found on 2018. We founded that there is a gap between uh, the technologies which we are having right now and the futuristic technologies like robotics, AI, augmented reality, drones, agri-tech, etc. We founded a company solely focusing on futuristic technologies, product and solutions development on futuristic technologies. Currently, we work in two verticals. First one is uh, product development, and second one is edutech. Why edutech means when we started this uh, development of products, we found, as Mr. Robin has already mentioned, we found that there is a gap between what the talent from academia comes, academia and industry. So we thought, like, why shouldn't we solve this problem? And we started an edtech domain also. That team works on two different areas. One is awareness, and second one is skill-based learning. So uh, for awareness, we conduct different technology exhibitions at different parts of India, uh, so that common people get to know about what the technologies are. We usually take a cooking robot to a exhibition, so people get to know how the cooking robot works. We take uh, say farm board, which I've mentioned. So common people get to know how the technology works, and they get to know there is a technology exists as such. So that's the awareness part, and we have skill-based training also. And we developed product and solutions for banking, agriculture, uh, uh, socially relevant problems like few of the socially relevant problems. So how government supported us? I'll connect this dot with one of our recent project also. So currently we are into a dream, one of our dream project called RoboPark. Basically, it's an infrastructure project. So as I've mentioned, we have someone working for awareness part, we have someone working for education, we have some people working at R&D. So we thought, like, why shouldn't we bring all this to a single umbrella and create an infrastructure catering to everyone? Even common people can come to know about the technology. Students can come and do their projects. Uh, uh, Entrepreneurs can come to this space and build their product using the facility, like a shared R&D facility. So such kind of a single an infrastructural project which will be in 10 to 15 acres of land where people can come. So when we pitched this idea to the government, uh, they said like, why shouldn't we start this as a PPP model? So it's a public-private partnership model, which the RoboPark is coming to be. Uh, so, uh, so Kerala has a good startup ecosystem. I believe in recent years, Kerala Startup Mission, which is the single body which handles the Kerala startup ecosystem, is awarded as the best uh, startup ecosystem across India. So we have a robust startup ecosystem at Kerala, and this government supports in different parts of a startup development. Like if you are an early stage startup, if you have just an idea, government will fund idea grant to you. It is around 12 lakhs. It's a grant you don't have to pay back. It's a idea grant which can be used to make minimum viable prototype. Then you have a productization grant and you have a scale up grant. So these grants are directly from the government itself. That is one of the scenario where government supports early stage startups. Then currently Kerala Startup Mission, along with the government, is investing on infrastructure projects also. Like we have fab labs at Kochi as well as Trivandrum, where early stage startups or any startups can go there and you can create your products using the facility. So it's a shared facility. So at Cochin, we have Super Fab Lab, which is the second in the world. The first one is at MIT, USA, and second one is at Kochi, Kerala. So we have a Super Fab Lab at Kochi, which is accessible to any startup in Kerala. I think it's open to other states also, but we have a easy access to those facilities. So such kind of shared infrastructure project. So this RoboPark also comes into the same vision of shared infrastructure project for everyone. That is one of the area government is supporting on. And the third one is government is directly supporting us, supporting the startups to get investment. So 2 months back, we had Invest Kerala happening at Kochi. So such kind of initiatives were also done from the government's part. At Kerala, we have mainly different bodies backed by government, that is Kerala Startup Mission and Kerala Development and Innovation Strategy Council. I believe these two bodies hand in hand are working in a very efficient way to bring startups from India. And you can see the results also. We have Jain Robotics, which is from Kerala. I'm not sure about the market capitalization, but they have done a pretty good job. We have Aero Robotics, we have Fuselage Innovations. The Gen Robotics and Fuselage Innovations has been Forbes 30 under 30. The founders has been on the Forbes list also. So all these companies were handpicked and supported by Kerala Startup Mission to grow into the next level. So we have a good startup support at Kerala. I think even in India, Startup India is helping a lot in scaling up, or we have Adal Mission. So the startup culture is evolving, and it is going to a stage where it is making some sense, or it is making an impact.
Yeah, very rightly said. In fact, it is the Kerala startup system is making an impact, and this model should be replicated in other parts of the country as well. Because here, government has proved how public-private partnership can make a change, and especially if we have a shared research center, nothing like it, because establishing a research center is very expensive. So you have given a very good insight, and I think this is kind of an answer to a lot of problems many startups are facing. Now, my last question goes to Madam Ankita. So, through the startup ecosystem, one can conserve precious drinking water at the source. Your take on the same?
Yes, definitely. I would say startups can save drinking water. What we are doing as of now, we are also working towards the water efficiency of fresh water that comes into our houses. We help houses or the offices save water from the taps or from your shower heads. So these are, if you are cutting your water from taps, and if you are eventually saving water that is drinkable, you're wasting less of water. So just as we discussed earlier, that startups ecosystem is evolving in country with a lot of incubation centers coming in cities and a lot of public private partnership. Startup get a very good environment to grow further. And I would say startups are not just a company, they are enablers for the society. Every startup has a very unique idea, and whichever company who comes into the water industry, this would not only resolve your water issues of a city, it will help the growth of a nation and at a world large, because water plays a very crucial role in the socio-economic growth of a nation, because the water availability impacts your agriculture, your manufacturing, and how people are living their healthy lifestyle or not. So if people have access to clean drinking water, overall the nation grows. The nation it grows in with very fast. I would The growth of a nation would be very fast. The nation would prosper, I would say. And similarly, and that can be taken an example. And similarly, we are able to overcome the overall water crisis that we face. So yes, I would say more and more startups should come in the sector where who look at the practical and scalable solutions where we can save drinking water. It could not only be by cutting the wastage of the water or saving water. It could also be from rainwater harvesting and multiple other partnerships that we could build across. So far, we as a company have been able to save 3,500 crores of liters of water so far. And we have got a lot of feedbacks and case studies from our clients who are from multiple corporates or from multiple apartments, who has given us data that they were able to save water, and they have seen quite a good amount of water savings in their apartment or in their buildings after shifting to water efficient fixtures. So yes, definitely, we more and more startups into similar industry, when we work collectively, the results would multiply. If we are doing it alone, if we alone can save 3,500 liters of water, imagine what would happen if there are 10 more companies doing it together and in multiple other ways. So definitely, when we have a conducive environment for a startup to develop and to grow, and so more and more startups come in the industry and they help in resolving the problems that we face. So I would say yes, startup ecosystem can conserve very precious drinking water that we have uh, as of now.
Yes, wonderfully said, ma'am. In fact, more and more startups should think of water conservation, and government should think of building the startup ecosystem, and the Kerala model should be replicated in different parts of the city, sorry, of the country. And this, I think, can bring about a lot of change, and a lot of positive impact can be made through these steps and ways. So, with this, we come to the end of this panel discussion, and I thank all the panel members for their valuable inputs, and they have actually shown us the way that how startup ecosystem can conserve water and can bring about a major change in the society. Now,
Just I
we
have
go.
some points. I have point from
Yes.
points. Okay, so
Yes,
thanks
sir.
one and all here. So basically, we have been seeing Eco 365 uh, and Olive IoT as well as Inca Robotics been grown up when we connected the day one. You are the startup we connected actually. Okay, so we have been seeing your growth tremendously high, really good. And one thing common between all of your startup is that's what even Ankita also mentioned. You're working on the solution for the problem. You're not competing basically. I'm clearly seeing all of you three working in a similar direction. It could be Eco 365, it could be Inca Robotics. You have or Olive IoT. You're solving a major problem, and you're not in the competition. That's why you sustain a lot till now, and you've done a great job, and you're going to have a many more success in future. Thank you. I just want to put this word. I'm listening to your words. Really great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very rightly said, sir, and very rightly pointed out that they are actually solving a problem and they are not competing. Very rightly said, sir. Now we head towards a break. That is from 4 to 4:30. We will have a